Waka waka! Hey everybody! Hey, welcome to Hometown Music, to the storeroom. This is just a quick, coming straight from my computer. The shop is over here, and maybe I've got good enough Wi-Fi. I can walk around. I can show you the space. So say hey when you get here. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, slanderous remarks. I can show you a couple cool things going on as things get here. But in the meantime, while people are coming in, I'll show you these in a second. New shirts for Hometown Music. And I feel like I've thrown a lot at people this week. So if you have questions, comments, or slanderous remarks, please let me know. Kelsey from Nederland, Texas. Nederland? No, in Texas. I feel like it's nope. Confidence waned on that. Very excited about this guitar. It's like brand new. So is the plastic on the pick guard. Oh boy. Hey everybody. Patrick's here. Yeah. 40,000 happened today. So I just need to tell you, I'm sitting on the most precarious setup. The most precarious setup of two buckets. It's a 5-gallon bucket and then a 10-quart bucket. And the 10-quart bucket is like perfectly the same size, but could scoot off on either side. Let me aim us down this way. So this is the first move in the Dream Guitar Challenge. Sorry for a spoiler. I just filmed it. What is your year goal in terms of subscribers? I would love to be at 100,000. That's been my big goal. Actually, it's been my goal. I thought it would happen a year ago because I was just on like a very quick trajectory of gaining like 4,000 to 5,000 subs a month for a while, and then it really slowed off. I think this year I gained 11,000 total, but my total viewership went way up. So I have like way more people watching than are subscribed, which doesn't matter a whole lot. It's definitely a vanity number if you're in the YouTube game. The vanity number is how many subscribers you have. Have you tried the Tone Slab picks? I have. I've tried them a couple times when I've been around the guys from the Acoustic shop. They're okay to me. They're similar kind of with case and picks. I can see the value in them. All those expensive picks still stress me out. I have a bunch. Charmed Life just sent me a handful of more picks, and so I'll definitely be checking those out. My go-to have been these the last year or so. 2 or 3 years if you count different shapes. But this is the Primetone from Dunlop. These are like $3 a piece. And I play the 1.5 mil and I play the triangles, and they have been just my absolute, I just really, really like them. So Tim said something and then retracted it. So what the heck, Tim? Have you ever tried to, Tone Slab picks? I have. I get it. I almost lost I spent like a day this week not knowing where my Page Pro capo is. Like, oh boy, that's a $230. $230. I shouldn't have taken that price tag off. I haven't finished filming this video yet. So when you watch the video of the Dream Guitar Challenge, you're going to see this will be like the missing continuity in the middle. So anyway, what? So many people. Yeah, now you know that it bothers me if you write a comment and then delete it. This is a guitar I bought pretty much without playing it, but it seems very cool. Hey, Lamb's Quarter Horses Jeremy just received a 2022 Martin Custom Shop 1937 authentic inspired D18 Sinker mahogany. If you're interested in the Dream Guitar Challenge, gonna take more than your what? If you're interested in your dream challenge, I am. That's a great guitar. Gonna take more than your first step. Lol. Yeah, it's I'm trying to get, I think I'll pretty quickly get above $1,000. Hey, tell me what you think on this. Oh, this is Bill Lamb. Hey, Bill. I wonder, is it going to be confusing? Like, should it all be linear, and should I just buy a guitar that's basically at the price point that I get? This is where, pretty soon I will have a chunk of money that will be more than I would spend on a guitar that I would necessarily find locally. Like, I don't find a whole lot of guitars above $1,000 just in my local market. So once I'm getting to the Dream Guitar Challenge, do I need to go linear, or at what point is it okay for me to split up and diversify? Also, I need to text. I'm going to text Daniel. Just went live. But anyway, yeah, losing a blue chip is the worst part of owning a blue chip. My dream guitars include banks. You mean like... I'm calling from around my dream. Well, I might never finish college, gonna learn to sing the blues. I ran into Bill. Oh yeah, you mean Loans. But yeah, I ran into Bill that wrote Hometown Hero. That's been stuck in my head the last little bit. He's a local singer-songwriter, hardest working dude in music in Harrisonburg for sure. Just keep in mind, at any moment, this bucket that I'm sitting on could just completely fall and I break my tailbone, drop this guitar on the ground. You wouldn't see much. But anyway, Grasshopper uses rosewood picks, my secret weapon. I've heard about that. Somebody sent me some Thalia picks and a Thalia capo this week. It was CW. Sent me those. Hey, from Johannesburg, South Africa. Excited about your new venture. Thank you, man. I'm very excited. It's a cool opportunity. There are not a whole lot of music gigs. I love guitar culture and I love guitar shops. So being in a guitar shop has been an awesome thing. This guitar plays great. I don't know how it sounds yet. Anyway, sup y'all, happy new year. Oh yeah, happy new year. 2023 is here. I'm gonna put this guitar back in this gig bag and then we can walk around and I can show you around the space a bit. Also, I don't want to get this gig bag dirty, and this is like an active construction site. So just gonna lean it right chair. Anyway, yeah, okay, so here's my setup. So on the buckets, bucket 1, bucket 2, you see the problem. It's like literally the exact same size. So what's the point of sitting on a bucket if it's sitting upside down? Well, I don't know. If I sit down here, I'm too low. Welcome to all the thoughts I thought before I jumped on here. So this seems safer, not as good of a shot, and you'll see that I'm thinning out on top of my head. But any other questions? Can't imagine losing a blue chip. I got mad at myself for losing a Primetone on my couch. Yeah, when I lose these, it's enough. It's like, it's $3. But if they make it like a month or two before I lose them, that's pretty good. Please don't kick the bucket. Yeah, for sure. Been there, done that. Was that Daniel? Yep. Dang, in a work meeting until 4. That's funny. Daniel, I kind of went live because of him. But anyway, yeah. So this this will be the stock room. And if you missed the announcement for this week, the big thing with Guitar Hunter, the 3 big changes, and I want to know if y'all have any questions or comments about these along the way. There were 3 announcements. Number 1, that I restarted the Dream Guitar Challenge. So $500. I'm buying and selling. I'm documenting the process of buying and selling guitars. And yeah, and so moving up to a dream guitar, we've been talking about that a little bit in this first stretch. Along the way, we're going to donate. Anytime I make any money, 10% of that money is going to go to a nonprofit. So we're looking at which charity. I need to look at that form. I can pull that up right now while we're talking. Go to forms. And I can come over here to event feedback, and I can post it for you guys too. There haven't been that many responses. So I'll do this, and you can even do this while you're looking on here, maybe, if you're not on your, I don't know if you're watching on your phone. Oops, just knock some conduit off the back here. But yeah, so that is the Google form to let me know what charity we should work with. So yes, the Dream Guitar Challenge is happening. What charity should we work with? That's thing number 1. Thing number 2 is I took a job. Don't freak out. It is a guitar job. I'm working in a guitar shop, working with, I guess I can tell you more about this whole business in general. So Blue Sprocket Sound is a record studio that they also are a record pressing plant. They own a 26 or 28,000 square foot building. That's where we are now. In that building, we'll be in this spot, which is where a guitar shop will be, called Hometown Music. Next to that is where the guitar shop is now. It will be a coffee shop, and it's going to be renovated here soon. And then behind all of this, like basically straight behind that wall, back behind me, will be 5 rehearsal spaces that are all going to be sound treated and look good and work out. It will be a place for you to work out musical ideas. So kind of a co-working space for video and audio creatives. So if you want to make stuff, you want to make music, make friends, make records, all that can happen here. Then there's also going to be it's going to be somewhere between a venue and like a showcase kind of space. So 250, 300 people can be in the event space in the back. Now, this building has been a bunch of things. It started out as a grocery store. More recently, when I was in high school, it was called Captain T's. It was a redneck pirate-themed Chuck E. Cheese. And where we are now was like the arcade, like the skee ball would have been right here. And then all along this wall was, actually one more wall over, was where there was like little rooms, like alcoves for kids' birthday parties. And then there was a ball pit. Basically where I am now was the ball pit. And then behind that, there was a stage. And it would be like 650 people could be in here. So anyway, all that to say, the leader right now for the charity is St. Jude. So yeah, that's exciting, which not a ton of people have voted yet, but that's 60% of people that have voted. So then the next leading one is 50%. So it's what's the most exciting content that we could make with Blue Sprocket. And so right now, what's in the lead is how to decide what brands we're going to carry. And so we've been meeting for about a month, kind of working through all of that stuff. So we've been looking at the brands that we have. We have Alvarez, Ibanez, PRS for acoustic and electric. We have Fender. Probably Fender's the biggest brand that we sell. Then PRS, and so we've been looking to add a couple things. We're kind of working on some things, and to the extent that we can, we want to bring you in on those conversations and kind of let you know and just show what we're doing. Yeah, so this is going to be kind of like Third Man, and that's actually Chris, who owns this, knows those guys really well. And so it's really, really cool that, we're going to do a video probably next week at some point doing a tour of the record pressing plant because it's the coolest thing. So Yeah, we should put in another ball pit. Yeah, I'm into that idea 100%. Mhm. One of my favorite memories of my entire life is when we booked Mastodon in this space. And so Mastodon was here. This was right like a couple weeks before they released Blood and Thunder. And so that record they released moments after playing here, which is amazing. We just got them at the perfect moment of like they were the coolest and most exciting band, and then they blew up, but we got them for like $1,200. And but between them playing dun, 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 thanks everybody, thanks for coming out, we're Mastodon. The sound of the crowd would die down. They would stop talking. You hear like boop, 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 and you'd hear all of the like people in the ball pit. You'd hear all the like arcade games. It was the coolest. There used to be paintball in the back, so you'd hear like pop, 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 ow, oh, I'm out. So it was amazing. Yeah, you should have. I'd also say you should have a bad animatronic band. Dude, I'm in. Chris, can you be on our board of advisors? I love that. So Patrick says we have a guitar themed coffee roaster here in St. Louis. Ryan, thanks, man. Thanks for the super chat. Those always make me happy, and it means a ton. So Philippe says Gallagher, Boucher, Eastman. That would be some interesting acoustic brands. Yeah, I think we would do really well. There's some exciting stuff with Boucher. Sounds like I'm going to be going up there and filming some stuff with them in March, I think, maybe April. We're going to try and work that out for me to go to Canada and see those guys. I would love to sell Boucher guitars. We reached out to Huss and Dalton, and they're not taking on dealers right now because they're super busy. But yeah, we're looking at Eastman for sure. We're trying to work that out. The problem right now is a lot of brands aren't taking new dealers because they're just backed up. They can't get the current amount of guitars to their current dealers. And so that's a problem for them. Hang on one second. FERC, yes. I haven't talked to the guys at FERC. I mean, right now, where the shop is, so FERC, their guitars start around $1,000. And right now, this shop is a beginner and intermediate guitar shop. And so right now, like, we don't want to flood the market with we don't want to stress our current customers out with expensive guitars. So we just have to be wise with what guitars we put money in right away. We are going to be selling Showalter guitars, which is really fun. So we're going to have, I guess I need to go pick those up. Steve came over the other day and I showed him around and he told me he was proud of me, which means a ton. So, yeah, it's good. This is the most like, I don't know about your hometown, but for me, this is the most that people who care about music and have actual experience and ability have all turned their focus and energy to working together. And, yeah, so I'm very excited about this. Any other questions? I can walk you guys around. It's very dark out there. It's not going to look great, but I can walk you around the space. And I can take you through the guitar shop. I could do that. There's no music playing over there. Do you guys want to do that? Let me show you these first. So, Hometown Music, brand new merch. Like these literally just got opened up this morning, and these are both going to be mine. But bada bing, bada boom! Look at that. And incredible thank you to Kelsey, my designer. She's an old friend and an amazing designer. She designed this logo, and this is actually, yeah, it's just a cool like t-shirt design that we did for these. So there's a black with white print, and then there's also a heather gray with a black print. So if you want either of these, they're not quite on the website yet with hometownmusic.net, but we're gonna be over. They are for sale through the store. If you want them now, I can get them to you. So if you want, you can email me at info@jeremyshepherd.com. Rasmus, hey buddy. You have missed. We're just talking about being in a new space. We're talking about the guitar shop that's here, the record studio that's going on. And yeah, so Kevin says, if I'm ever out there in Virginia on biz, I'm definitely going to be picking up a souvenir from y'all. That would be awesome, Kevin. Come hang out. Any custom shop guitars you have? Any custom shop guitars you're going to handle? Not right away. Virginia is really interesting, particularly the part of Virginia that we're in. It's a very Mennonite part of the world, and so there's a high prioritization or a high value of modesty and humility, and so it's So to sell expensive guitars, when I say expensive, above $800 or $1,000, people get a little squirrely. So that's where we're going to have to kind of walk before we run. So the plan is to just have some cool guitars around and see people get excited about those guitars, really bring focus to the great guitars that are made close to here, particularly Showalter guitars. We've talked about doing some stuff with Rockbridge, but again, Virginia has so many guitar builders and so many of them are very busy right now. So we don't have a ton. There are not as many guitars that are available for us to sell as we think we could do. Will you deal in used guitars or only new guitars? We're going to start working with used guitars for sure. And so we're figuring that out, how to put money into guitars and how we're going to handle that. Right now, that's my strong suit, is knowing the pricing and the values and what we would need to do to how much we could put in it, to how much we need to work on it and then get it back out and make money on it. So we're going to do that for sure. Are there any Mennonite luthiers out there? There are. Steve is Mennonite. So is Joyce. And Mennonite is a broad term. Like old order Mennonites, horse and buggy. New order Mennonites, Subaru Foresters usually. But there's a big spectrum in there. So we're going to be doing some trades for sure too. We're walking before we run. And so part of it is that Chuck, who has started this business, this is his legacy. He's still around. He's going to be working for a long time. And so I am in the new guitar shop. The Jesus is the only powerful. We're in this will be basically where I'm sitting is like, it will be the service center. So this is the door. The front door is like right over to your right. I don't know if that's your right, but this way. And then this behind me will be all of our storeroom. So let me walk you guys around. Okay, I'm going to leave this stuff over here and come back for it. But in the meantime, let me turn on some lights and I'll walk you around back here. Got to get some more lights. There's no windows in here yet to the outside. There's a window here that goes out to another row of windows. This building used to be a grocery store. So let's hope this doesn't get wild with moving around on Wi-Fi. This will be the front door. Look, there is the front door laid down. It will be cut through in the next week or so. But we have to do all of the electrical. We're still kind of in like electrical nightmare. So everything's been roughed in for all the electrical this week. All the slat board is up. And then as you look at the space here, as you go back, I think we're going to have lots of guitars on the walls. And then we're going to have a setup where we're going to have 2 couches, a coffee table in the middle, 2 side tables. And it's going to be a really fun space. In the back, I'm thinking, wow, my voice squeaked. In the back, I'm thinking we're going to do something pretty cool, like a little kind of thoughtful, stagey kind of thing where we'll have a PA set up and we could do like open house kind of things and have like, on a Saturday, have a musician come in like, hey man, can you come in, just play music Saturday afternoon? We'll do, like drinks and, charcuterie board and that kind of thing. So Jake says, how is Steve has Steve Showalter ever put his guitars in a music store? Yes, I think so. I think he has put some guitars in a music store in Virginia Beach. I don't really know. I haven't asked him that in particular. But yeah, he's an amazing builder. So Adam Short says hello from Dublin, Ireland. Congratulations. Best of luck to you. Thank you. That means a lot. So we'll walk over here. into the shop. So, Steven, do you want to say hi to the? Do you want to meet people on my YouTube channel?
Sure.
Hey,
Hello.
this is Steven.
Hey.
Yeah, Steven is like you're a good metal player.
I do the shred.
How many?
Some of the shred.
How many locking trim guitars do you own?
Probably like 8.
Really? That's
Yeah.
amazing.
8. 5 Jacksons. There's a 7-string Ibanez and an ESP.
Dude, that's so good.
Yeah.
Are they in different tunings?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah, you can't. Okay. Cool. So Rasmus, this guy, is an amazing luthier in the Netherlands.
Oh.
He's the one building me that triple O that we've been looking for a case for.
Cool.
Yeah. So you now have the executive buzz cut.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude, but I don't know if are you saying that to me, Jake, or to both of us? Yeah. Both of us are on the thinner side of life these days.
Right.
But
I'm more efficient with my movements now.
But yeah.
More dynamic.
I think he was. Oh yeah. So anyway, I showed him the shirts. We got some stickers too that are awesome. And look at that. There's the shirt.
Well, I gotta strip more.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like those a lot. They just came in today, and then we just like my hand by the end from rubber banding.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's walk around and show some guitars. So this week we did a bunch of inventory, and so we had to count everything that came with this. And hey, there's Chris on the phone, moving, shaking, making deals happen. But yeah, so we had to count all of the strings and all of the picks. That's what was wild. So thankfully we had someone come in, and their gig for that day was just coming in and writing 117, like how many picks we had. Because for taxes and all that stuff, 2 things were happening. One, the business is being sold, and so there's like this acquiring process, and you have to know exactly what you're buying and paying for and how many of the things you're paying for. But then also, man, the other side of it is that just Virginia is it's a very type A. I don't feel particularly type A, but Virginia wants to know every detail, everything that you're selling. And so there's a high level of just in your business that I don't love. But anyway, we kind of dealt with that this week. Steven, some guy, Aaron Short, I don't know where he is. Steven went somewhere. But he picked up a what? Picked up an RG560. Oh, you're saying that you did in Ireland. Picked up an RG565. Oh, that's awesome. That's very cool. I'll show you my favorite of like the shreddy metally guitars that we have. So right now we have a bunch of the PRSs. So some customs, a Mira, some CE 22s, 24s, and then we get into some Squire stuff. But down here, this one is my favorite. That sparkly Ibanez. So this one it's an RG. This is a GBE. Nope, hang on, that's the case. RG 421 in the pink sparkle. So anyway. Whoa, Chris, I didn't see these. The new stickers, the second stickers came in. I went live, Chris.
Hey, everybody.
So, Chris, tell them about you.
Oh.
What are you into?
The long story, the short story.
Short one.
The short one. I've loved music all my life. It's always been around. I'm a geek. I'm an absolute nerd.
I can attest.
Yeah. And, always been, computers and music and figuring out ways to put that together. So I gravitated mostly to the recording and sound side of the world, but, had worked for Hometown Music out of high school before I moved to Nashville. And I'm a terrible guitar player and an okay drummer / keyboard player.
Yeah.
That's the short version.
Yeah, and the super exciting thing coming up is so Chris is rebuilding a studio, and so we're gonna I'm excited for some of that content we're going to make. So more than likely in the next couple weeks, what we'll start doing is I'll put out stuff on my channel about us doing stuff in the guitar shop. And then we're also going to start putting out videos directly on the channel for Hometown.
Yep.
And because it is fun, like we're trying to figure out who lives in the Valley, who plays guitar, who wants to play guitar,
Right.
what brands do we have. And so to the extent that it works, we're going to bring you guys in on those conversations. Lots of people said that we should think about Eastman if we can.
We have, well,
We're
we are
working.
thinking about it.
Yeah.
Just got off the phone with Alvarez, looking at some of their cool offerings beyond some of what the store has previously done. Eastman. Yeah, we're thinking, we're talking.
Yeah.
Lots of ideas.
So cool. Well, we got to get back to work. So I'm going to run, but thanks for watching. Make sure you hit a thumbs up and that you're subscribed. And thanks for all of your support and kindness. Also, if you want those shirts, a couple people have already emailed me. If you want one of the Hometown shirts, you can email me at info@jeremyshepherd.com, info@jeremy, JEREMYSHEPPARD.com. So check out the shirts. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good one. How do I end it? They moved the end button.